Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for coming back, and as always, huge massive thank you for the support. So today I am back with Animal Arcadia, and I'm going to be having a little play with You Are Fantastic, which is the fox, the owl, the squirrel, the raven, which I am in love with, although I'm going to be doing Mr. Fox first of all, and he's got this beautiful foiled cardstock that's just all these delicate little splatters down here, just all beautifully foiled. So I have done a little bit of preparing beforehand. So I've got my normal 6x6 card blank, so it was 6x12. I scored in half, and then I took an old Crafter's Companion embossing folder, and I'm hoping you can see that, but just all embossed with keys. So I wanted to do a card that's going to have quite a lot of white space on, just as a bit of a contrast to the busyness of the actual kits. So that's just the 6x6. If you haven't got keys, I would say go for anything that's sort of maybe industrial looking, if you've got a stencil or an embossing folder. The other choice I had, which I chose not to go with, again I think it's a Gemini one, that one, and it's this one that's got, looks like sort of the markings on a steel grate over here in the UK, but I think anything sort of textural would work, but I had those keys and I thought that would be great. I've also got one with little watches on, that would probably work as well, but yeah, I went with the actual keys. So because we've done all that beforehand, so we've scored it at 6, so we know we have that there. So let me just measure this bit here. How much of a border have we got? I think I'm going to go for 2.5. So let's take that down, 2.5, and I'm going to go by 5. So that means I've got a nice little chunk there. So 2.5 by 5, and I'm going to bring in a scrap piece of gold, and I'm just going to go 2 notches above that 2.5 and 2 notches above that 5, just to get that nice mat on there. Okay, and that's literally the only bit of paper I'm putting on there besides the topper. Super easy card, this one. So as usual, I'm going to be using my All Purpose in the small dispensing bottle, and the tacky glue, which I keep in the small bottle dispenser as well. So, and I did see that they have got the All Purpose glue. I don't know if they've still got it in stock on Crafter's Companion, but they did have it on a special Black Friday deal. Just for a single bottle of 250. So if you are looking for any of that, it's worth popping over and having a look. The other option is just to hang on a little while, because I know Hunkydory are bringing out their own 250 millilitres, so I don't know what price that's going to be. Usually they're very competitive, so might be worth hanging on. So I'm just popping out our fox and his 3 frames. I am going to need to just go in it with scissors. I can already see some pips, and I think we'll go with You Really Are Fantastic, because it's got sort of nails on and screws, but it fits in with a fantastic Mr. Fox sort of thing. So let's pop that out. Let me grab some scissors. Just go around. There's pips, and for some reason it didn't come out clean there. Pick there, and then just going to try and separate these out again. I'm not sure if I'm going to use all of these. I might do, because I'm not using a lot of colour on the actual card, so might be, and I did use them all, but we'll see what it looks like when we start assembling. separating all of those out, just checking if there's any real sticky uppy pips, and I think we're alright really. Okay, so here we go, let's have a little play around. So obviously this is going to come on this side, that is going to be there, and then we've got choices with the frame, so there does seem to be some writing on, so we do want to kind of keep it in the right way, and we could come in maybe at an angle, or we could see, this is the bit I haven't worked out beforehand, apologies. So we could come in with our layers there, there. And that one across the bottom, maybe some gems. Let's see what that looks like if we take that gold out. I do want to still get that feeling of that white space. Just grab that other sentiment there is, and especially for you. I think this is more geared at the raven. Because it's got the black tones of that raven, but I don't know which I like. I don't think I like that, it looks a bit lonely. I think if I lay that over the bottom, it might be a little bit too busy. Let's try turning it around on its head. So if we have those there, that along a little bit. Don't like that too much because you can't really see it. I think we're definitely going to go with that. And then maybe if I come down like with that, then that white space can still escape around. I think that looks okay. Let's pop those over. Okay, so let's pop that over there. So I'm going to give this a burnish down because I haven't done that since I've embossed it. And I think, yeah, I'm going to go with the tacky glue on this one, purely because this is an embossed piece. I want it to be sticking quite quickly and nicely. So let's just make sure that's nice and straight, and over to the left a bit. And then if we just work out with our frame, I need to just hold that down a second because that's just lifting. So what I'll do is if I just grab my glue and my glitter, and then what I can do is just find some strips for this. So I think, yeah, we'll be alright with these ones. And buried my scissors, there we are. Sorry if you can hear the boy racers outside. what I'll do while that's sticking there, I will just grab some of those super cheeky ones, I think. There we go. And we will just going to pop it on this side for a moment. I think you're probably going to need them all over. What? There. We will hold fire. Let's see how that's done. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so now we can take the back off here. So I'd say I'm going to do a quick card and then I take 10 minutes to decide how I'm going to do it. There you go. So this is the last one video I'm doing on this for now anyway. I should hopefully, touch wood, have my goodie boxes coming tomorrow. So I did order 2 in the end, purely because I was able to this time, and I wanted some more of those 6x6 mirror mats. So this frame does have writing on it, so I'm going to try and get it the right way up. And I think that is about there, so let's pop that down. Okay, I think if I pop those onto there, hopefully, yeah, it's not going to make too much of a difference, just that little bit of card. Although we could put a 1mm foam pad just to be sure. We'll just get rid of those in the bin. Let me grab a very thin foam pad. Over there. Over there. I think that should. Oh, I've still done it on the wrong one. I don't know if it's going to come off. Oh, it is, because it's sticky to sticky. Jammy there. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. Okay, so again, tacky glue, just to give us a bit of float time. And I just want that in the centre, like so. And then this one, I don't think I want it as high as that one. Probably just going for the 2mm is going to be fine. So let's just pop, let's cut that there. Put that on there. And I just need a little 1mm pad. Yep. On that other side. Come on now. Yep, you are coming to play. Oh. And that goes into there. Sorry, George is just barking. It's the day we need to put our bins out. So as people come home, they tend to do it as they remember, so, and the dogs don't like that too much, too noisy. I haven't asked their president permission. etc. Okay, so that's going on there. So now we just need a couple of gems. I think I will. Let's see what the gold looked like. We've still got those pearls. Yeah, I think definitely the gold. Let's pop a few out. Let's get a different container for this because it's not great. So let's pop 1, 2, 3. And I probably want medium large, not too huge. And then this one, if it will come out. There we go. Go down to a sort of smaller one. There we go. And then I'm going to pop one down here, and we'll go for similar size. Oh, I think that is it on that one. We just, yeah, I mean, you could, if you wanted to feminize it a little bit, let me pop those out of the way because we're probably going to use those again in a minute. If you wanted to feminize it, what you could do is go round these keys with an overlay, sparkle overlay, just sparkle those up. Or you could even ink the card beforehand with some black or blue or brown to bring those tones in. I kind of wanted it to be quite white and clean. Let me just grab an insert while I am here and we can pop that in. Let's see if I haven't buried them. There he is. And Mr. Fox. Okay. I am going to use the fox on this one, so I'm going to cut this to 5 3/4 square, obviously keeping our fox in the middle, so we've got the most of that insert away. Just going to pop, actually better just check it fits in quite nicely. And this is the sidefold. I don't usually do them as a tent fold. That's fine. It will work. And I just pop that in the middle there. I don't glue it all over. Just pop a little bit at the top so it is a bit like a loose leaf. It will move. If you want to mat that on some gold, you could just do the gold at 5 3/4. That's that first card finished. A bit different for me, a little bit more clean and simple, but not simple because it's got all the foiling on. So I'm just going to get set up for card number 2. Okay, so for the second card, I thought I'd do an off-center gatefold, purely because I want to use this beautiful raven. I'm slightly obsessed with it. Now you do have a bigger picture of it inside the little perfect 8x8 perfect paper pad, picture perfect paper pad. So if you want a bigger sort of topper, you can do that, even maybe using that gold frame that we didn't use last time. You could go in and make him into a topper. So this card, obviously I've got my usual 6x12, and I'm going to score at 4, and then I'm going to turn that around and score at 2. And we can just bring those over. Just make sure that lines up quite nicely. It's a new blade, so it shouldn't be fluffy at the bottom, but hey ho. Right, so we need 3 mats for this. We need one for the back, one for this 2-inch side, one for this 4-inch side. So the topper has got the gold in, so we are going to be going with gold again. I think if we went with, I'm tempted to go with black, but I think it would be too black, because black on black is not quite the same in my head as white on white. So I am going to stick with the gold. So for the inside piece, I'm going to take a piece of this 6x6 and just take 2 notches off it, so it is 2 notches under 6 all the way around. So I haven't done that bit right. So I'm just going to check that that fits okay in there, and it does. And then I'm going to take another piece and let's just turn it over so it doesn't glare at the camera, and I'm going to cut that at 2 notches under 2 inches and 2 notches under the 6, and that should fit quite nicely onto there, and it does. And then this last piece we're doing 2 notches under the 4 and 2 notches under the 6. Okay, and that one should fit quite nicely onto there. Just do a little bit off the top, I think, for some reasons. Just right, I'm happy with that. Okay, so moving on to my cardstock. So this piece here, I'm going to go to 3 3/4. I think actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to 4 notches under the 6 to start with. Okay, and I'm going to 4 notches under the 6, and then I'm going to take a piece that's 1 3/4 off that side there, and that's going to be for our little piece there on the end. Okay, and this means I can chop into this a little bit more, so I want him to be a little bit further over. So let me just take, let's take, go to 1 there, so let's go to, let's take an inch off and see where we end up on the other side. We are going to cut quite a bit of the bird off, so let's take it to there. Okay, so all I've done is sort of centralise that bird really, and got him in the middle, and then we need to cut that down to 4 notches under the 6. Or 5 3/4. Just checking that fits on there quite nicely, and it does. Just pop these out of the way, and yeah, one other thing, I need the other trimmer, and what I'm going to do is just use, there's bound to be an insert with a bird on, isn't there? Let's have a look. Yeah, here he is. So let's cut this down to 5 3/4 square, 5 3/4, and that should fit quite nicely onto our gold piece. Yeah. Okay. So let's put these to the side, put that out of the way. Right, so the other thing I want to do just before I do anything else, I did have a little search last time, and I was looking through all the different peel-offs that I've got, and I did find some other ones. So I might use, it's like a very fine zigzag. Let's see what that looks like. A bit stuck to me there. Take that down to there. I don't know if I like this one. I might go back to the straighter one, but we'll have a look. I've not hurt anything at the end of the day because I'll just put it back on the sheet and use it another time if I'm not happy with it. So that just needs to go. And they're really forgiving, these as well. Let's have a look. Yeah, so I'm quite happy with that one. And then there is chain one. I want to just echo that in this corner. This one's a little bit harder to get back on the sheet. And then this one, I think I might go down. So that's there, that's there. Just going to match this in the corners, I think. So let's just pop that one there. And like I say before, you might have a die that you can cut out of some gold card. That sort of gives you a similar effect. Gold pen, anything like that. Alright, let me just pick those bits up. I'll pop them on there because there's a bigger space to do it. And we just need to trim there and there. So all this is doing is just adding a bit of gold sparkly sort of faux foiling, I guess, to this cardstock. Okay, so now we are ready to assemble. Let's pop these bits out of the way. So I'm going to start with this piece first of all. Just going to use my little Gemini dot runner in the corners, just because it's better than that wet glue on paper. And then my usual all-purpose, sorry, George just having a bark at the bins again, just to give me that little bit of float time. Okay, so sorry about that, he's just having a little bark at the neighbours, like I say. Coming and going, bin day, etc. So just putting a little blob of the tacky glue in the corners, just to make sure those corners stick down, and it just makes sure my project sticks straight away, rather than having that quite long float time that the all-purpose gives you. Sort of means that I can move on without worrying that that's going to move. So again, just keeping on going with these layers. Oh, there we are. Just watch out for those strings. Sometimes they can just be a little bit disastrous. So I'm just popping these on, giving them a good press down, just to make sure they glue nicely for me. Okay, then again on here. There we are. Okay, so now we can come on to our project. Same again, same glues, all purpose in the middle. A little bit of tacky in the corners, just to make sure those corners go down. You can use all purpose all over, but just, I always say it in case there's anybody new watching, just be careful of it near your Miri card. So if it splurges out, it can take the shine off your Miri, because it's got alcohol in it. So and the Miri is a sort of finished card, it's got a finish on it. So, and I think it can take off some other different ones as well, you know, different sort of card finishes, so like pearlescent and such. So I don't like to go too close. It's only happened to me once or twice that I've been a bit enthusiastic. But it's kind of annoying if you've got to this point and then you go and do that and it splurges out on this last piece. You've got all that bit done. You know, you might not have another piece of this card left. I'm actually going to take this one off, peel off, just because it doesn't fit in line with any of that. So I'm just going to keep those two on. Let's pop that out of the way for a second, put that back on the sheet later. Right, let's go back to the topper. So we have got this raven. It's not a huge topper, but perfect for this size of card when you've really got the decoration there more than anything. And then there was a little sentiment that I popped out before. Just trying to hide, especially for you. So let's see how we want this. Oops, can't pick it up. See how we want this to go. I'm going to take this one off as well because it's jarring my eye. Just keep that one and that one in each corner. Okay, that's better. So I think he's going to have to go around about there. And I was thinking maybe up there for that. It could come down a little bit. No, we'll go there. Okay, so let's get some foam pads. These are probably about 2mm strip. And I'm not going to go too far over because we don't want that to stick where we don't want it. If you want to stick it on the other side, obviously you can do. By stick on the other side, I mean just put your foam pad on the other side so that it's stuck on here. I just think it's kind of nice if it opens away and then you've still got the two images. Okay, so let's pop you there. And then this one again, I bet that's going to be the perfect size, and it is. Again, a little bit of glue. And we'll pop that up in that corner there. Get the those, and then we need some gems, don't we? So again, my super shiny ones are coming out. And if you've got any brads that are screw heads, they used to be really popular at one time. They would be pretty cool. I mean, you don't have to go with gold if you've got anything that's sort of gunmetal grey would look quite cool with this as well. Okay, so I'm just going to go with the 3 again. 1, 2, 3. Put a bit more on there because it's quite a big bead. one's on there. And I'm just thinking, is there anything else I want to do? I mean, obviously you could come in with your pens like I did last time, splatter them, add some gold splatters on here. Would really brighten it up. If you've got any little dies of nails or screws, nuts, those sort of things. If you've got that beautiful cog die, if you were sensible unlike me and got in there and got it quick, it's now sold out. Any cog dies, anything like that, you can always bring in. And around here you could also emboss this if you've got a cog embossing folder, cog mask, stencil, that sort of thing. You could do that, any of those sort of things, just to sort of bring some more interest into that. I'm just going to move that over a little bit. There we go, it's just drying my eye a bit. Okay, so those are my 2 cards for today from this kit. So I've got a sort of very different cards actually. You've got this sort of dark and brooding one, and then you've got this quite clean white space one with the embossing on. Like I say, this is the last one I'm doing on this kit for a little while anyway. I have ordered a goodie box and it is set to be delivered tomorrow, I believe. Left Hunkydory today, so should be with me tomorrow. So the next video I do will be box opening of that, maybe a little play with it. We'll see how that goes, and then after that I'm not sure what we'll do, whether we'll go back to some of the Christmas kits or decollage, but we'll see. Might even do something completely different, but we'll see what happens. But anyway, that is it for today. So thank you so much for watching. Like I say, I do appreciate every one of you. To all of my American watchers, subscribers, etc., happy Thanksgiving. I hope you all have a lovely day, surrounded by people that sort of love you, or at least doing something that you love. And then obviously we'll see you next time. Until then, happy crafting. Bye bye.